A very good morning, one and all. This is V. Susmita Noel, working as lecturer in chemistry, TTWRDC Women, Suryapet at Kodad. Today, I am going to present my presentation on hybridization. Why I have chosen hybridization? Because as it is the basic concept to be understood before knowing about the chemical bonding. A person who is aware of hybridization can understand chemical bonding also. Hence, I have chosen this topic. So, getting into the topic, today I am going to cover about introduction to hybridization, hybridization theory, features of hybridization, types of hybridization of carbon atomic orbitals, and then I will conclude my presentation. Getting into the topic, we'll just see what is the introduction to hybridization. So, literally, a hybrid means it results from combining two of the same type of objects, and those two objects will have different properties. And the hybrid, which is resulted as a result of hybridization, is containing both the characteristics. This is literally. But coming to our chemistry, atomic orbitals will undergo this hybridization during bonding. I'll just tell you the definition of hybridization. Hybridization is a process in which two or more atomic orbitals of an atom mix up to form the same number of identical orbitals which will have equal energy. So as a result of hybridization, we'll get same number of orbitals with equal energy. This is the definition of hybridization. Getting deeper, theory which is involved in hybridization. In the theory of hybridization, atomic orbitals in an atom are mixed up to form a new set of hybrid orbitals which will have identical shape and energy. This we have known earlier. So this theory is used to explain about the molecular shapes and bond properties. So molecular shapes and bond properties can be detected with the help of this hybridization. Getting deeper, we'll just see the features of hybridization or properties of hybridization. Hybridization give rise to atomic orbitals with equal properties like energy and shape. Hybridization always occurs between the orbitals of almost equal energy and they are in outer shell. So as a result of hybridization, we'll get some orbitals which will have equal energy and those orbitals are always in the outer shell, or we call the outer shell as valence shell. So outer shell is called as valence shell. And what is the next feature means hybridized orbitals always forms a sigma bond. So as a result of hybridization, we'll get only sigma bond. Bond length of the bond which is formed as a result of hybridization is always equal. So these are the four properties or features of hybridization. Now we'll see the types of hybridization, and these types we have known earlier, but we'll see in detail. So basically we know there are so many types of hybridization, starting with sp, sp2, sp3, sp3d and sp3d2. These are the types of hybridization, and depending on these types we can detect bond angles. Just see, sp hybridization molecules will have 180 bond angle, sp2 will have 120, sp3 will have 109.5, sp3d will have 120 and 90, sp3d2 will have 90. This is the bond angle. Coming to the shape of the molecule, sp hybridized molecule will be linear shape, sp2 will be trigonal planar, sp3 will be tetrahedral, sp3d will be triangular pyramidal, sp3d2 will be octahedral. And if we know the hybridization which is present in a molecule, we can detect shape, bond angle as well as formula of that molecule. Hence, depending on the type of hybridization, we can detect three properties. One is formula of that molecule, shape of that molecule, as well as bond angle of that molecule. So these are the types of hybridization. We'll just see about the hybridization of carbon atomic orbitals. I have chosen only carbon because carbon is a very important element, and only in carbon we can show three types of hybridization. What are those? We'll just see. The 2s and 2p orbitals of a carbon atom can undergo three different types of hybridization. Then what are these 2s and 2p orbitals? We'll just see. We know that carbon's atomic number is 6. Carbon's atomic number is 6 and its valency is 4. Valency is 4. So the configuration is 1s2, 2s2 and 2p2. This 2s2 and 2p2 are the valence electrons. So valency is 4. Hence the 4 electrons are present in 2s and 2p orbitals. And these orbitals can undergo sp3 hybridization, sp2 hybridization and sp hybridization. We'll just see in detail. Okay, so before going into the types of hybridization, we'll see the valency of the carbon especially. So electronic configuration of carbon is this: 2s2 and 2p2. So 2 electrons are present in 2s orbital, 1 electron in 2px and 1 electron in 2py, and the 2pz orbital is empty. So this is the configuration of carbon atom at ground level. At ground level, after or else sorry, uh, at ground level the carbon atom will obtain some energy or absorb some energy, and then it get excited, or else it enters into the excited state. What happens during excitation means the 2s orbitals, the 2s orbital is having 2 electrons, so one of the 2s electron will jump into the 2pz orbital, which is empty, so 2s orbital is containing 2 electrons, so one of it will jump into 2pz. And just see here the configuration of carbon atom at excited state. So there is 1 electron in 2s, 1 electron in 2px, 1 electron in 2py and 1 electron in 2pz. This happens before the hybridization. This is excitation. This is excitation. So after getting excited, the carbon atom will undergo hybridization. So what will happen in first type of hybridization? We'll see. So what is this means? sp3 hybridization of carbon atomic orbitals. So sp3 itself indicates that there are 4 hybridized orbital in that. So what are those 4 means? 1 s orbital and 3 p orbitals. 1 s orbital and 3 p orbitals. So those 4 hybrid orbitals are obtained as a result of hybridization. So how? We'll just see. So to form 4 sigma bonds, 1 2s and 3 2p orbitals are mixed up to give a set of 4 equivalent sp3 hybrid orbitals of equal energy. This equal energy is common because after the formation of hybrid orbitals, those hybrid orbitals will contain same energy or identical energy. That we have seen in the definition itself. So what happens during hybridization? We'll just see. So this is the configuration of carbon at excited state. So we have seen one of the 2s orbital has jumped into empty 2pz orbital. So actually before hybridization, you just notice that 2s orbital and 2p orbitals are different, are having different energies. That we have shown clearly by drawing the 2s orbital and 2p orbitals at different levels. But what is happening after hybridization? See, so 4 orbitals are resulted as a result of hybridization, and those 4 orbitals are having equal energy. 4 orbitals are having equal energy, and those 4 orbitals are sp3 hybrid orbitals. sp3 hybrid orbitals. Now we'll see what are the characteristics of sp3 hybrid carbon atomic orbitals. So each of the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals will have 25% of s character and 75% of p character. 25% of s character and 75% of p character. So these hybridized orbitals are oriented 109.5 degrees apart in a tetrahedral configuration. So how they are arranged? They are arranged in tetrahedral configuration. They are arranged in tetrahedral configuration. So how they are overlapping or mixing, we'll just see. So 1 2s orbital and 3 2p orbitals. 3 2p orbitals after excitation will mix up with each other to give rise to a hybridized orbitals. How many orbitals will be there? 1s orbital and 3 2p orbitals. Hence, we'll get 1 plus 3, 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals. And they, how these orbitals are arranged means in tetrahedral configuration, and the bond angle will be 109.5 degrees. 109.5 degrees. We'll just see the example for sp3 hybridized orbital. So methane is taken as example because in methane the molecule will contain sp3 hybridized orbitals. So each sp3 hybrid orbital of carbon forms an end-on overlap with the s orbital of a hydrogen atom to form sigma bond. We have already seen in the features that always the hybridized orbitals will form sigma bonds. Only sigma bond is formed. So here 4 sigma bonds are formed. How they are formed means the orbitals which are shown in green color 1, 2, 3 and 4 are sp3 hybrid orbitals of carbon. So those 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals will overlap in end-on manner with s orbital of hydrogen. S orbital of hydrogen. 4 of the orbitals will overlap with 4 s orbitals of 4 hydrogen atoms. Hence, we get 4 sigma bonds. We get 4 sigma bonds. And this is how CH4 molecule is formed. CH4 molecule is formed. So these are the 4 sp3 hybrid orbitals, and the shape of the molecule, just notice the shape, tetrahedral shape, tetrahedral shape. Hence, if we know the hybridization of the central atom, we can detect the shape of that molecule, shape of that molecule. Next, we'll get into the next type of hybridization, sp2 hybridization of carbon atomic orbitals. Carbon atomic orbitals. So, in sp3 there are 4 hybridized orbitals. In the same way, sp2 stands or says that it is having only 3 hybridized orbitals. One is s orbital and 2 p orbitals. Hence, it will form 3 sigma bonds. It will form 3 sigma bonds. So, to form 3 sigma bonds, 1 2s orbital and 2 2p orbitals are mixed to give a set of 3 equivalent sp2 hybrid orbitals of equal energy. Just we'll see this. So this is the configuration of carbon atom in excited state. So that excited state will undergo hybridization, that to sp2 hybridization, to form 3 sp2 equivalent hybrid orbital. So these are the 3 equivalent sp2 hybrid orbitals, and one of the 2p orbital is left over without participating in hybridization, that we have shown in a different manner. Just try to understand, these 3 are at one level and this is at another level. This shows that the 3 hybrid orbitals and the unhybrid orbital are having different energy levels. So these are hybrid orbitals and this is unhybrid orbital. Next, each of the, we'll see the features of sp2 hybridization. Each of the 3 sp2 hybrid orbitals will have 33.3% of s character and 66.7% of p character. 33.3% 3% of S and 66.7% of P character. And these three hybrid orbitals are oriented at 120 degrees apart in a trigonal planar configuration. Trigonal planar configuration. And the fourth, we have seen that 2pz orbital is unhybridized, and that fourth unhybridized p orbital lies perpendicular to the trigonal plane. And that will be present as perpendicular line. We'll just see that in detail. So 2s orbital and 2p orbitals. This is unhybridized orbital. So only these three will overlap to form sp2 hybrid molecule or sp2 hybrid orbitals, and those three are represented in green color, and the one which is unhybrid orbital, that is 2pz orbital, that is present perpendicular to the trigonal planar. This is how the sp2 hybrid orbitals will be present. And now we'll just see the example of sp2 hybridization. Ethene is taken as example for sp2 hybridized orbital. Okay, so ethene molecule will have how many atoms and how many bonds, we'll just see. So ethene formula is C2H4. C2H4. Hence it will have two carbon atoms, and each carbon will have sp2 hybrid orbitals. sp2 hybrid orbitals. Hence these are the sp2 hybrid orbitals of one carbon, and these are the sp2 hybrid orbitals of another carbon. These are represented in green color. And both will have unhybrid 2pz orbital, that is represented in perpendicular manner. Okay, here how the bonding takes place, we'll see. The two hybrid orbitals of one carbon and another two hybrid orbitals of another carbon will overlap end on manner with s orbital of hydrogens. These four. Hence we got 4 CH sigma bonds. Next, and one more sp2 hybrid orbitals is present in both these carbons. So these two will overlap in same way, end on manner, and form one more sigma bond, which is CC sigma bond. One more sigma bond is formed. Then what is happening to the unhybridized and the orbital which is present in a perpendicular manner? The both will overlap in a side on manner and form a pi bond. Hence in this ethene molecule there are 4 CH sigma bonds, one CC sigma bond, and another is CC pi bond. Hence the structure of this can be shown as C double bond C H2 and H2. So double bonded carbon atom is present in sp2 hybrid orbital or ethene molecule. Okay, we'll just see about the features of ethene. Both carbons in ethene are sp2 hybridized. One sp2 hybrid orbitals form from one carbon forms an end-on overlap with one sp2 hybrid orbital from the other carbon, and each of the remaining sp2 hybrid orbital forms an end-on overlap with the s orbital of a hydrogen atom. Unhybridized p orbitals lie perpendicular to the plane of sp2 orbitals. These overlap side on to form a pi bond. So end on overlapping results in sigma bond, and side on overlapping will result in pi bond. This we know. So sigma bond is formed as a result of end on overlap, and pi bond is formed due to result of side on overlap of atomic orbitals. So this is about the sp2 hybridization. Now we'll see the last type of hybridization which is present in carbon atomic orbitals, that is sp hybridization. So sp stands for only one s orbital and one p orbital. Hence only two orbitals are formed as a result of hybridization. So to form two sigma bonds, one 2s and one 2p orbitals are mixed to give a set of two equivalent sp hybrid orbitals of equal energy. So this is the configuration of carbon atom at excited state, and out of this only 2s and one of the 2p will mix up to give two equivalent sp hybrid orbitals. So these are the hybrid orbitals, and remaining two will be present as unhybridized orbitals. So two orbitals are hybridized and two orbitals are present as unhybridized. Okay, so how they'll participate we'll see, and first we'll see about the features of sp hybridization. Each of the two sp hybrid orbitals will have 50% of s character and 50% of p character, 50% s and 50% p character. And these two unhybridized orbitals are oriented 180 degrees apart in a linear configuration. So the structure of these molecules, sp hybrid molecules, will be linear, and the other two p orbitals will be remained as unhybridized orbitals. We'll see the overlapping. Okay, so this is s orbital, and this is one of the p orbital. This is one of the p orbital which are going to mix up and participate in hybridization. These two are the unhybridized, or which are not participating in hybridization. So these two will mix up with each other and form only two sp orbitals, only two sp hybrid orbitals. So those are represented in green color, and the unhybridized orbitals will be present in a perpendicular manner along the plane. We have seen that also, and those are represented in blue color. So this is how the two sp hybrid orbitals are arranged linearly. So linear means in this way. This is one orbital and this is one orbital, sp orbital, and the remaining two will be present in the perpendicular plane to that orbitals. Now we'll study about the sp orbitals by taking one example. So example of the molecule which undergoes sp hybridization is ethine or acetylene. So acetylene molecule is best example for sp hybridization, and the formula is C2H2. The ethine or acetylene molecule will possess two CH sigma bonds and one CC sigma bond and two CC pi bonds. How? We'll just see. So one again, C2 means two carbon atoms are there. So one of the carbon will have two sp orbitals and another will have two sp orbitals in a linear way, and both will have two unhybridized orbitals which are represented in blue color. So one of the sp orbital will overlap on end-on manner with s orbital of hydrogen, here, and one more sp orbital of another carbon will overlap on in end-on manner with s orbital of another hydrogen. Hence we have two CH sigma bonds. CH sigma bonds are 2, and what will happen to another sp orbital of both the carbons? So both the sp orbitals of both carbons will overlap on end-on manner and form one more sigma bond. Hence we have one CH sigma bond and one CC sigma bond. Now what will happen, or what these unhybridized orbitals will do means, the two unhybridized orbitals on both the carbons will overlap in side-on manner and form two pi bonds. Okay, hence we have two CH sigma bonds, one CC sigma bond and two CC pi bonds. Hence the structure of acetylene will have now three bonds in between C and C, because one is sigma bond and the two are pi bonds, and with hydrogen again it is forming one sigma bond. It is forming one sigma bond. Hence this is the structure of acetylene. So with the help of hybridization we can detect the structure of that molecule also. So I'll just what is the summary of my presentation, I'll just remember once. So I have taken the hybridization types in carbon atomic orbitals. Hence it shows three types of orbitals, hybrid orbitals, sp3, sp2 and sp. So with the help of hybridization we have detected the shape and bond angle which is present in those molecules. Okay, so with this I conclude my presentation. And the main aim of the hybridization is to detect the shape, bond angle and the formula of the molecules. So with this I conclude. Thank you everyone for being patient and listening to my presentation. Thank you one and all. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.